Hello, everybody. I miss you guys so much. I hope you're enjoying these Stories with Torie videos because it kind of takes me a while because I have many bloopers because I think it's very embarrassing and I laugh at myself a lot. So I hope you're enjoying it. And let's review our sign language. Get your fingers out and let's do it. What's this? Restaurant. Teddy bear. Optimism. Pirate. Patience. Comic book. Magic. Egg. Farmer. Forgiveness. Smile. Halloween. Trick or treat. Compassion. Sandwich. Kindness. Nurse. Buttons. Thank you. Happy Thanksgiving. You understand how someone feels? Empathy. Ear. Humility. Winter. Happy New Year. Snow. M for Martin, L for Luther, and K for King. Rock. Hug. Snake. Happy Valentine's Day. Grouchy. Polar bear. Happy birthday. Book. Good luck. Stick. Happy Easter. And today's weird holiday that we're going to talk about is a good one. It's Don't Tell a Lie Day. Lie is you kind of take it off your chin. It's a lie. So Don't Tell a Lie Day, which is a pretty weird holiday, right? So for our weird holiday, I'm stuck on my shirt. We are going to read the book Ruthie and the Not So Teeny Tiny Lie, written and illustrated by Laura Rankin. And here is the book. Ruthie loved tiny things. The tinier, the better. Her toys were the teeniest imaginable. She had dinky dinosaurs, itty-bitty trains, ponies no bigger than your pinky, and teddy bears that were barely there. How many of you love teeny tiny things? Ruthie loved finding tiny treasures too. At the beach, she searched for the smallest seashells. The flowers she picked were no bigger than fairy wings. She even had an eggshell from a hummingbird. And wherever Ruthie went, she carried some teeny thing in her pocket. One day at school recess, after jump rope and swings, Ruthie took a turn on the twirling bar. When she landed, she saw something in the grass. It was a little box with a teensy window and an even tinier button on top. She couldn't believe her luck. It was a teeny tiny camera. Ruthie looked through its little window. Then she pressed the button on the top of the picture and click, just like a real camera. This was absolutely the best thing Ruthie had ever found, and it was hers. Click, click. She tried it out every which way. Say cheese, clouds, click. Say cheese, little bug, click. Say cheese, school, click. Say cheese, Martin, click. But Martin didn't say cheese. Martin said, "Hey, that's my camera." Ruthie was startled. "No, it's not. It's mine." "Give it to me," said Martin. "It's mine." "It is not." "Is too." "No, it's not," shouted Ruthie, and she raced back to class. "What's going on?" asked Mrs. Olson. "Ruthie's got my camera," cried Martin. "I got it for my birthday and I dropped it on the playground." But Ruthie wanted that teeny tiny camera in the worst way. "It's mine," she yelled. "I got it for my birthday." Well, that wasn't true at all. Not one teeny tiny bit. Ruthie is lying. Mrs. Olson looked at Martin. She looked at Ruthie. "Goodness, this is a problem," she said. "The camera can't belong to both of you. I'll keep it safe in my desk drawer for now. Let's talk about it again tomorrow." Ruthie's stomach flip-flopped all the rest of the day. She couldn't remember the answer to 2 plus 2. When Mrs. Olson read a story, every word flew straight out the window. Think she's feeling guilty? The bus ride home took forever. "Hi, Ruthie," said Mama. "How was school?" "Okay," mumbled Ruthie. Dinner was macaroni and cheese, Ruthie's favorite, but she couldn't eat, not one little bit. "Aren't you feeling well?" asked Papa. "I'm not hungry," she said. At bedtime, Ruthie was close to tears. "What's the matter?" asked Mama. So Ruthie told Mama and Papa the whole story. "What do you think went wrong?" asked Papa. "I said it was my camera," cried Ruthie, "but it's not." "It's going to be okay," said Papa. "You made a mistake, and tomorrow you can fix it. I think Mrs. Olson and Martin will understand." But the next morning, Ruthie could barely eat. Maybe Mrs. Olson wouldn't understand. Maybe Ruthie would have to sit in a timeout corner. Maybe Martin would never talk to her again. Maybe no one would ever talk to her again. Not one teeny weeny word. The school bell was about to ring. Ruthie took a deep breath and began the long walk to the front of the room. Mrs. Olson's desk seemed very far away. "Good morning, Ruthie," said Mrs. Olson. "I have something to tell you," said Ruthie in a very small voice. "The camera isn't mine. I didn't get it for my birthday. I found it on the playground." Mrs. Olson didn't make her sit in the timeout corner. She didn't even look mad. Instead, she gave Ruthie a hug and a kiss and kissed the top of her head. "Thank you for telling the truth," said Mrs. Olson. "That took a lot of courage." "I'm very sorry, Martin," said Ruthie. "It's okay," said Martin. All at once, Ruthie's stomach flipped-flopped. She even skipped a little on the way back to her desk. She got the answer right to a 3 plus 7 in math. After lunch, Mrs. Olson read the funniest story Ruthie had ever heard. And on the short bus ride home, Ruthie realized she didn't miss the teeny tiny camera, not one teeny tiny bit. I love that so much. It's always a good choice to don't tell a lie. There it is. Okay. Our Taster's Tables books are very, very fun this week. And the very first one has to go with our weird holiday of Don't Tell a Lie. This is the true story of the 3 little pigs. And you thought you knew the story of the 3 little pigs, but you thought wrong. The pigs were lying, or so says the wolf. In this hysterical and clever facture of a fairy tale picture book that twists the point of view and perspective, you will finally hear the other side of the story of the 3 little pigs. And you can decide which is true. Are the 3 little pigs telling the truth, or is the wolf? You're going to decide who is lying and who's telling the truth. The honest to goodness truth. If telling the truth is the right thing to do, then why is the whole world mad at Libby? This is a fantastic book that kind of shows us the right way to tell the truth and maybe the wrong way to tell the truth. Liar, liar, pants on fire. This story is featuring Gilbert the Beloved Opossum, is a wise and funny tale of the truth and lies and butterflies. This book goes along with our word of the week, which is humility. Megan knows she is a very good singer, but conflict arises when her little sister wants to be a good singer too. This is a great example of humility. And speaking of our word of the week is humility, not being prideful or arrogant. And I love this story, and I always tell you guys this story. I love this story of this clip of these soccer players of the blue and red team. They won, and the red team lost. And instead of celebrating, this blue team came, not speaking their language. They wanted to tell them, hey, don't cry. You did a great job. What a great example of humility. Remember, humility is kind of persons right here, and they're kind of staying grounded. They're not being prideful and show-offy up here. This is humility. Remember, it's just kind of saying grounded. You're humble. I love that. Beat Your Teach. We are on week 6, which is so crazy. Keep reading and please keep track of your minutes. I promise I have lots of prizes and we're going to give you a lot of prizes. So keep reading. I wonder, do gorillas laugh? The answer is yes, they very much do. And I wish you could hear this cutest little tiny baby gorilla. You can see it's GoPro cause gorilla tickling at the Grace Center. It's a really cool video of this place called the Grace Center, and it's kind of a sanctuary for gorillas, and they do amazing work. But ask a grown-up and see if you can see it because it's so cute. It literally tickles, and I'll show it to you. You just can't hear them. I'll play that. And I'm going to fast forward it just a little bit. And he's literally tickling them. And I wish you could hear it. It's so adorable. Oh, you love it. They literally tickle them under the arms, on the little tummy. So yes, the answer is absolutely yes. They do laugh. It's very funny. They also burp when they are happy, which I thought that was a very funny little fact. If you guys seen Frozen 2, I think Olaf actually says it in his random facts that gorillas burp when they are happy, and it's true. They really do. So if you burp, you can just say, hey, I'm just expressing my happiness, right? Oh, okay. I love this wonder. I pulled out the wonder slip and it just said, I wonder about books. So whoever you are, I'm not for sure what exactly you want to know about the books. So I just found some random cool things about facts about books. Number 1, the most expensive book in the world. And we've talked about Leonardo da Vinci. Remember Mona Lisa? And we talked about how amazing this guy was. Well, Bill Gates, of course, owns the most expensive book ever sold. He paid an astonishing $30.8 million, which today would be worth $49.4 million today, which is crazy. And this book is kind of like a journal of Leonardo da Vinci, which is amazing. That's a lot of money. The most valuable book in the world is the Gutenberg Bible, and it was the first to be printed ever using modern movable type, which is a very good invention. Only 49 survive today, and only 21 is complete. So that's kind of why it's so valuable. And it doesn't even say how much it's worth, because I don't think they can even put a price on it. It just says many, many millions of dollars. The first book printed in the United States was the whole book of Psalms. It was printed only about 1,700 copies, and it's worth $14,165,000, which, oh my goodness, is a lot of money, right? The largest book in the world is kind of crazy, and it's not even paper like what we're used to. This is a book made out of huge stone tablets. And there's more than 700 of these marble tablets. One tablet is 5 feet tall, which I'm about 5'4". So think about how tall I am, and 3 feet wide. Like, seriously, you need to get a measuring tape out and measure it, and just picture 700 of those. And they're not just little books that you can just flip the pages. They are huge, heavy stone tablets, which is very cool. The longest book in the world, this is one book, but as you can see in the pictures, it's a series of books because they literally couldn't fit it in one book. And going by word count alone, let me see if I can move me. Look at that. The 10-volume work has over 10,000 pages and has 2.1 million words long. I wonder if you could read this book, how many minutes you'd get on Beat the Teach. Seriously, holy cow, that's a lot of pages. This is cool. What is the smallest book in the world? This book is so small, you can't even read it with your eyes. You have to use this one computer, as you can see, and it's this tiny electron microscope. It's called Teeny Ted, and the pages are so small, it would fit on the width of one of your hair. So seriously, get one of your hairs and look at the very tip of it. The book could fit on that. Literally, it's so small that it uses this computer to read it. It's 30 pages, and it's just the smallest book ever. I'm going to move my face over again right here because I can't read this. The best-selling fiction book of all time was the Charles Dickens' A Tale of Two Cities, which is published clear back in 1859, and it has sold over 200 million copies. And I just have to give it credit to, because that's amazing. Since 1859, it held that title for a long time until Harry Potter came around. And we all know Harry Potter, and we love Harry Potter. But Harry Potter has sold over 450 million copies worldwide, which is amazing. The best-selling book of all time, it's safe to say that the Bible is the best-selling book of all time. It has sold over 5 billion copies. 5 billion. Holy cow. Okay, go read a book and it will just make you happy, and that's no lie. Bye, everybody.